Hey everyone, it's Brian here from JustGiving, and today I'm talking with Georgia Akers, head of events at Spinal Research, about the charity's most recent London Marathon fundraising campaign. We're so excited for this one because we get way into the details of the charity's fundraising strategy, how they raised nearly £300,000 on JustGiving alone, the one change they made that raised $100K by itself, and the big goals they've set for 2025. If you're planning to raise money in London Marathon, you can't miss this talk with Georgia. Let's jump into it.
So let's welcome Georgia. Georgia, thank you so much for coming on. Can you start by telling us a little about yourself, your team, and what you do at Spinal Research to help the charity reach its goals?
Hi, my name is Georgia Akers. I'm the head of events at Spinal Research. So we're the UK's leading charity funding the discovery and development of effective treatments for chronic spinal cord injury. And the reason that we exist is to cure paralysis.
And can you tell us a little bit about how your London Marathon or your charity's events team is made up?
So we're a small charity. We have a small but dedicated team of 15 employees. So for the London Marathon, it's myself and the event assistant who work on this event. But we're very lucky, as the rest of the team are very passionate and they're always happy to help and get stuck in and help with the heavy admin and the cheering on the day.
So quite a small team.
Yes, very small.
Can you tell us a little bit about the most recent year, 2024, the objectives your charity had for this most recent event?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a couple of objectives for the London Marathon. Our main objective was that we wanted to use the London Marathon to build our brand awareness whilst getting new supporters. We often find that as a small charity, people haven't heard of us unless they've been directly affected by spinal cord injury or if they have family members who have been affected by it. So due to the popularity and exposure of this event, it gives us a great opportunity to get in front of those who do not know about us. And then we also use this event to build strong relationships with our supporters whilst raising as much money as possible.
So getting in front of new people, building stronger relationship with existing supporters, even on a deeper level, how do you measure your campaign's success? Would that be overall donations, perhaps amount raised per runner?
So to measure success for this event, we look at both income and feedback. So for the income, we compare the event's income to our budget, and we'll also look at the statistics of how many people have hit and exceeded their fundraising target. And then for the feedback, we send out an anonymous survey at the end of the event to get honest feedback from our participants. This survey will usually identify how they found their experience, if they'd support us again, as well as some more specific event questions. And then we use both the information from the income and from the feedback to develop the event for future years.
So, Georgia, can you tell us how many years now has Spinal Research been involved in London Marathon fundraising?
So we've been involved with the London Marathon since 2007 and have slowly managed to increase our numbers and our income generated through this event. This is now our flagship event and brings in a large volume of money and PR for the charity. So last year we had 184 participants take part in the London Marathon. Our team raised nearly £300,000 on JustGiving alone, and in total we raised around £420,000.
Incredible. And can you tell us how you identified an event like London Marathon as an opportunity for the charity? Of course, it's one of the largest events, but what made you want to get involved?
So I was very lucky. My predecessors had already identified this event as an opportunity for us. In general, when I'm looking for opportunities for our mass participant events, I'd usually look at the existing demand from runners. I'd then assess the cost per runner and the fundraising potential to then determine if it was worth purchasing tickets. If I did think it was worth it, I would then purchase a small number of tickets and slowly increase so we could test to see the demand for it. We also work with third-party partners to get places on events without having to pre-purchase places. So that kind of removes the risk of not being able to sell the places and only paying for, the people that we have on the event.
Excellent. So what I'm hearing, start small, test, and then grow from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at your audience, see what they want, and sort of let them guide you.
So let's talk a little bit about your London Marathon fundraising strategy. If we back up all the way to the beginning, can you tell us about how the charity recruits runners who fundraise for you on your charity team?
Yeah, absolutely. So for an event like the London Marathon, the demand is there. You just have to figure out how to get in front of this audience. So we split our recruitment into warm and cold audiences. So to recruit the cold audience, we purchased the London Marathon marketing package. And we also run Facebook ads, as this helps us get in front of people who are not familiar with our charity. And then for our warm audiences, we do a lot of organic social media, and we'll email our supporter database to recruit.
So it sounds like a wide mix of channels and marketing efforts.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, lots of different sections.
So Georgia and her team set out to rebuild relationships, get new supporters, and get the mission out there more. And how did they do it? With a wide mix of channels and outreach methods. Organic social media posts, targeted Facebook ads, sending emails to their email lists, and getting and sharing tips from their top fundraisers. As Georgia says, with an event like London Marathon, the demand is there. It's just about how you get in front of people.
And when the campaign is kicked off, people are starting to raise money for the charity. How do you keep them engaged and motivated from the very start?
Yeah, absolutely. So once a participant has joined our team, we start the stewardship journey straight away. So in their confirmation email, they're prompted to set up their JustGiving page. We then send them marathon training plans, fundraising ideas, and tools to really get their creativity flowing. And then to keep the team engaged, we have a first fundraising target in January that all participants have to hit. We do send them reminders and inspirational emails, as well as offering personalised fundraising support to help them maximise their fundraising.
Right, support offered in a wide variety of ways.
Yeah, definitely, because there's so many different ways to fundraise. A lot of supporters don't realise that you don't only have to set up just a page and share it on your socials. There's so many other ways that they could be fundraising. So it's just more about getting their creativity flowing, so they can, maximise their fundraising.
Exactly. And for Spinal Research London Marathon fundraising campaign, what does the campaign timeline look like? When do you start? When do you hit certain milestones? Or does it ever really stop?
Yeah, so for the London Marathon, it doesn't really stop. Each event kind of rolls on to the next one. So we start by creating a list of those who have expressed interest for the event. And then as soon as we have our confirmation from the London Marathon of how many places we have, we open up the applications and get everyone to apply for a place. And then as soon as our applications open and the ballot is announced, we start pushing our recruitment. And then once all of our places are filled, we start building a wait list and then use this list for dropouts and then again for future events. So it kind of rolls back on to the next one.
So the wait list as kind of a backup list for any dropouts, you tap into the wait list and people can get on the team.
Yes, yeah.
So for London Marathon, you told us how you get your supporters, your fundraisers involved and maintain momentum and excited all the way through race day. But how do you keep your charity's team involved and excited throughout the campaign?
Yeah, so where we do have a very small team, it starts by just sharing updates in our meetings. We do ask the entire team to save the marathon date so they can support us on the day. Everyone loves it as it's such a fun event, and it gives us an opportunity to interact with our supporters and really celebrate everything that they've achieved.
Wonderful. And can we dive a little bit deeper about how you help people keep their momentum through race day? Are you there on the day of the event? Do you have some kind of forum where people can talk to each other?
Yeah, so we have a WhatsApp group that we share with those who want to join. This gives them the opportunity to connect with the rest of the team and also allows us to resolve any last minute issues on the day. So we're just there to support them. Alongside this, we do have a cheer zone on the day where we help push them through their final miles. And then lastly, for 2024, we had a post-event meetup at a local pub where we celebrated with them. So just celebrating that they made it over the finish line, and everything they'd achieved. It's also really nice for them to meet us and, get a face to who they've been talking to for all this time. So yeah, it's a really nice environment.
You mentioned using JustGiving. In what ways have JustGiving supported the charity through the process?
Yeah, so JustGiving are a massive help in many ways. We really enjoy having an account manager who can help us and our supporters by answering questions. They're also great at providing statistics from our fundraising pages, which supports with our strategy planning. We do use all of the campaign pages for all of our event, and it's really easy for our participants to set up their page and join the team, and then they can see the leaderboard and they can see the team's overall total income. So it really helps them to continue to push their fundraising. And then lastly, we also have JustGiving connected into our CRM system. So that's helped just reduce admin time because it pulls all the information across. So everything's in one place.
That's a really good point. So much simpler, not having to switch back and forth between programs.
Yeah, especially with a small team. So where there's only 2 of us as well, wherever we can save time, we want to do that.
Exactly. So far, we've talked about your London Marathon fundraising strategy. We've talked about the success you've had. Now, can we tap into some of the challenges you and your team have faced? What's the biggest challenge you've faced when it comes to fundraising in London Marathon, and how have you overcome that?
Yeah, so our biggest challenge was when I first started, we didn't have a first fundraising target for our events. From the wash-up reports, I saw that we had a percentage of participants who would not fundraise at all, or others who would only fundraise a small percentage of their overall target. It didn't really matter how much stewarding we did, we just could not reduce these percentages. So for 2024, we took some inspiration from some larger charities and introduced a first fundraising target. So in January, all participants had to hit 50% of their fundraising target to continue on the team. The participants had accepted this in their terms and conditions when applying. They received multiple reminders and the deadline is everywhere for them to see. But this gave us the opportunity to remove participants if they were not actively fundraising. This was a game changer for us and it provided us protection with our income. And it's been really successful. We've seen that this year alone, our income has increased by £100,000 and we've reduced our no-shows in half. So it's been really successful.
Right. So just by implementing that milestone or that checkpoint in January, that's been one of the biggest game changers.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the participants who are applying, they're seeing this first fundraising target and they're only applying if they're serious. So we're getting more committed participants applying. And then also for anyone who's not actually that engaged, they usually don't mind if they've been removed, if they haven't started fundraising, but it means that we can then use our wait list to put someone who's really committed, really wants a place. We can then give them the opportunity to run with us. So yeah, it's been really successful.
A great way to build a really strong team.
Yeah, definitely.
So you heard it directly from Georgia. That was the game changer, when the charity implemented a fundraising milestone in January. That's 4 months out from the London Marathon, and that checkpoint gives the charity and its fundraisers enough time to make sure they're on track and raising the amount of money they committed to from the start.
So London Marathon 2025 is coming up. Spinal Research would be right in the middle of your fundraising campaign. Can you tell us your objectives for next year's event?
Yes, so our goals for 2025 are to continue to strengthen relationships, reach new supporters, raise brand awareness whilst raising as much money as possible. We are slightly increasing our fundraising target this year, so we're hoping to hit a new record for our team as well. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Good luck. I can't wait to see it happen.
Thank you.
New fundraising target, bumping up your goals. Can you tell us how will the money raised go to help the Spinal Research mission?
Yeah, so this money raised will drastically help our mission by allowing us to continue to fund cutting edge research, advance clinical trials and fund our PhD program, which is training the next generation of specialists in the field of spinal cord injury. Today, there are research facilities around the world developing a range of cutting-edge treatment pathways, some of which are now in clinical trial. So with promising results taking place, the first generation of treatments for paralysis is within our grasp. So the science is here and it's moving rapidly. So our supporters are helping us accelerate that.
Well, Georgia, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on and talking through your London Marathon fundraising strategy, how you take your runners and your team all the way through race day, and the life-changing work being done by Spinal Research.
Thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed it. And also thank you for JustGiving for all the support.
Thank you.